Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. It's UFC 269 Fight Week. The pre-fight press conference is about to come up. We're going to watch it. Obviously, they're always going to start late, and I've started this stream early anyway, so we could talk about UFC 269. So, with the UFC's normal timing as far as press conference goes, we probably have 45 minutes to an hour at least to discuss UFC 269 before the actual presser starts. It's supposed to start at 8, which is 24 minutes from now. But who knows? They're always late. Every single press conference. I mean, they've been doing this for years. Thank you guys for joining me. Don't forget to like the stream if you haven't already. I appreciate you very much. It is December 9th, 2021. UFC 269 is, I guess, one day away because tomorrow and then Saturday is UFC 269. I'm so excited for this fight card, guys. I am so excited for this fight card. We did the weekly live chat yesterday. We talked about it in depth every single fight pretty much. We've been talking about it for a few weeks now. The card should be excellent. It's absolutely stacked with amazing fights. I mean, there's so many great fights even on the prelims. Amazing fights on the prelims, amazing fights on the main card, amazing fights everywhere. Amazing fights. If you guys have any questions, put it in the chat. And I'll get to them in a second. I'm just pulling something up on my screen real quick so I have it ready. Oh, they're definitely going to delay the press conference. They're always late, Yusuf. Any confident picks? I am actually fairly confident in most of my picks. But if I had to give you one that I was really, really confident in, I am very confident in Cody Garbrandt to beat Kai Kara-France. But I'm also pretty confident in Dan Ige to beat Josh Emmett, which Dan Ige, I don't know why I'm wearing these headphones yet. The press conference ain't going to come on for a bit, so I'm going to take these off. I'm actually fairly confident in Dan Ige as well. The one I'm least confident about is I picked Pedro Munoz to beat Dominick Cruz. And I feel good about that pick. But sometimes Dominick Cruz can come back and look like an absolute world beater. And there's a chance that maybe in this fight, he comes back. I mean, I said it in my prediction video. Prime Dominick Cruz, Pedro Munoz is an easy fight for him. So it all depends what Dominick Cruz shows up. I think either guy can win there, but I picked Pedro Munoz. But confident picks, Dan Ige and Cody Garbrandt. I'm fairly confident in those predictions. I don't see any. I mean, people have been picking Kai Kara-France like crazy. I've been seeing everyone saying Kai Kara. And I don't think there's a chance that he pulls that off. I don't think there's a chance. Unless Cody is absolutely falling off a cliff with moving down in weight, which is a possibility. And maybe that's why people are so tentative to pick him. Let's see. Adam, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. I think the press conference is starting at 8. It's supposed to start at 8 p.m. So in about 21 minutes. But we know how the UFC goes. So who knows how long it'll actually take to start. Would not doubt if it doesn't start for another hour. But at least you guys can watch me until then. It's crazy. I'm having the press conference up on my screen. There's already 3,000 people watching. And there's not even a press conference. People are just spamming the chat. Spamming the chat on there. I'm curious if anything's really going to be interesting, you know. I don't know who all is going to be there. I guess Sean O'Malley's going to be there. I'm assuming Dominick Cruz is going to be there. I'm assuming Cody Garbrandt's going to be there, which is funny. All three of those names are in the same division. None of them are fighting each other. But I'm curious, you know, how things play out between all those guys. I don't think there'll be much interesting between Oliveira and Dustin Poirier. Juliana Pena is a bit of a weirdo, so who knows what she's liable to say. I remember someone telling me yesterday that you know, she may say something incredibly bizarre. So only time will tell. We'll know in the next, hopefully, 30 minutes at the most, the maximum. Cruz won't, no prelim, guys. That sucks. Cold and snow in western NY. It's cold where I'm at too, but no snow. Luckily, no snow. And I'm hoping I'm going to play the audio in the thing, and I hope everything will be all right. so you guys can listen in with me if you don't have a second screen. If you have a second screen, obviously you can just pull up the press conference on the second screen. My chat. Let's see. I'm curious if they end up making this really late. Really late. I wonder, does anybody know who all is actually supposed to be there? Or is it just the main card? I'm assuming everyone from the main card is going to be there. What's up? Guys, if you haven't already, make sure to like the stream, by the way. If you haven't already, make sure to like the stream. That's how we push it out to more people. Will there be questions asked to Paiva? Well, what's hilarious is I have a extension in my browser where it'll show you the tags within a video. You don't see that. You don't see that unless you have this extension put in. And even for the UFC, their tags don't even have Paiva's names in it. It doesn't even have Paiva's name. It has like Oliveira, Dustin, and Sean O'Malley, and that's like it, which is hilarious in my mind. Absolutely hilarious. They don't give a shit about Paiva. And you know what's funny? I thought about doing a video, but I feel like it's not enough to do a video. I seen an interview with Dana White where he said Sean O'Malley's not fighting top guys because of his pay. He said he's not fighting top guys because he's not ready for top guys. He just lost 2 fights ago. Yeah, Yusuf, thank you so much for the info. Appreciate you, my friend. Appreciate you. We're almost to 1,600 subscribers, guys. 1,600 subscribers. That is insane to me. Absolutely insane. So, guys, if you're not subscribed, go subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. It's the only way to interact in the chat so we can avoid trolls. But help me get to 1,600 subscribers. I'm at 1,590 right now. And if you subscribe publicly, you'll get a little shout out on the screen right now. So, you guys who've been with me for the live stream have seen it. I now have alerts. Your name and your message will pop up on screen if you sign up to become a member, if you super chat, or you publicly subscribe. There's a different MMA GIF with each one of them, but your name will pop up on screen. Let's see. Will there be questions? What's up, Goat? Who do you think will be co-main to the Adesanya Whitaker card? I don't know, man. I have no idea. Maybe it's probably a title fight, honestly. I would say probably a title fight. Fight Life, no. The press conference hasn't even started yet. We might get Volkanovski, Max Holloway. They might do that in the co-main. I doubt it. So maybe Rose versus Carla Esparza. That could be an option as well. Rose versus Carla Esparza. Or Amanda Nunes beating up another bum. That could be it. Who will run the press conference to say? Do I say Pena will make it interesting? Yeah, I think Pena will be throwing out a lot of ludicrous statements for sure. Besides you, did you get the link for the Discord? I posted it for you. Unfortunately, the link expires every 7 days. I understand why they do that. But I hope you were able to join the Discord. I can't wait. I'm actually really excited to be able to message live during UFC 269. We'll all be able to message back and forth, the members only, which will be a lot of fun, I think. I just hope there's, I was thinking about this yesterday. I hope there's no wonky stoppages or controversy at 269. There's nothing worse than when we have some terrible stoppage in a big fight. It's the worst thing ever. It sucks badly. And I just hope, Herb Dean and Big Dan and all these referees who, Keith Peterson has been on some shit lately, on some shit with late stoppages. I just hope we don't have any of those on UFC 269. It's just such a great card with so many fights. There's liable to be a mess up. I know we don't live in a perfect world, but I'm just fingers crossed. Please, nothing crazy happen at 269. It's the last big card of the year. just don't want to. I don't want to end 2021 with a sour taste in my mouth off a big fight where there's all this controversy back and forth, and we don't get a satisfactory ending, and there's people debating. It'll be highly, highly annoying. Okay, beside you, glad you could join the Discord. Thank you very much. But yeah, they're supposed to start in 15 minutes. I'll be able to play the audio on the channel. I played it last time, but I will not be able to play the video. They will take down my stream, so you guys can either listen to it with me here, or you'll be able to watch it on a second screen if you want to. Get rid of all these notifications on my phone. 20 groin shots before the main guard starts. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I really hope not as much. When I'm using my mouse, do you guys hear me clicking? Can you hear me clicking? I'm going to do it right now. I hope the press conference is interesting. I've done a couple of these press conference streams. The most popular one was the Conor Dustin one at UFC 264. But we all knew that was going to be an interesting press conference. Waiting for the UFC to come visit Buffalo with my son. They've been around that area a couple times. Thank you for letting me know, Adam. I appreciate it. I always wonder if this mouse is picking up. Thank you, beside you. This microphone is amazing. It doesn't pick up any background noise. It only picks up my voice, which is just astounding. I mean, I'm clicking. There's my hand right there. My hand's on the mouse right here, right below it. So I was wondering. I hate when I'm watching videos and I hear the mouse clicking obnoxiously loud in the background. I'm trying to make this the best quality channel ever. I personally think we got some damn good quality for under 5,000 subscribers. We have some of the best video quality on all of YouTube. We definitely have some damn good audio quality as well. I'm trying to make the best possible content possible, and the last thing I want to do is have a live stream where I'm just clicking up a storm nonstop and it's just infuriating somebody. Will there be a surprise win at UFC 269? Depends what you deem a surprise. I mean, I don't look too much into favorites or underdogs, but apparently a lot of people are expecting Kai Kara France to win. So if Cody Garbrandt's a surprise, then yes. If Dan Ige is a surprise, then yes. I'm fairly confident in both those predictions. I think Dan Ige is going to surprise a lot of people. Joey, will you live stream for UFC 269? No, I will not, but I'll be doing an immediate live stream post-fight for you guys. I have to watch these big pay-per-views on my big screen in my living room. I like your Khabib Funko Pop. I got one too. Awesome, man. Awesome. I like it. Yep. I also have the picture of Khabib. Do you remember when he pointed out the cage after he submitted Conor? I have that picture. It's got Conor exhausted in the background, and it's autographed by Khabib. I have that downstairs, actually hanging in my living room. That's how much. That's one of my prized possessions. I bought that right before. When did I buy that? I bought that right before he was supposed to fight Tony Ferguson, maybe like a month before. So like March or February of 2020. And it's funny, you can't find that anywhere anymore. It's really nice, got a nice frame. It's a nice, big, high-definition picture. And it's like a certified autograph. Like I bought it from a legit memorabilia shop. And it's so nice. It was like $350, but it's just so nice. God, this chat on the UFC's press conference is absolutely cancerous. It seems destiny for Dustin to win and cry in the octagon on Saturday. Yusuf, you want Charles Oliveira to lose badly, don't you? I actually have a Khabib shirt as well that I've never worn on the channel. I don't even know where it's at. Let's do a poll in the chat real quick. I got a funny poll. Go vote in this poll in the chat, guys. This should be an easy answer. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure to like the stream too. Run up the likes on the stream. Let's see what you guys are voting. but that's cool. Can you buy like the Habib hat online or something? Will the presser start late? Go vote in the poll. Everyone immediately voted yes. Everyone immediately voted less. I want Oliveira to win. Honestly, I'm just being honest. It's Dustin's destiny. Long road. It's very true. But dreams don't always come true. Look what happened in the Habib fight. Look what happened in the Habib fight. He thought that was destiny then. I think Charles Oliveira is going to break my man's heart. I feel bad for Dustin. I like Dustin quite a bit. I just think Charles Oliveira is the better fighter. Charles Oliveira is going to knock him out and then say, "Return the slab." He looks like King Ramses from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Where do you wear it is the real question. Do you ever wear it anywhere, or is it just like a cool keepsake? Yeah, always late beside you. Always late. It's infuriating. And the thing is, I don't care like 5-10 minutes late, but it's always mad late, like 20-30 minutes, even 45 minutes sometimes. Yeah, I think Charles is going to go on a run. I'm wondering how he's going to do against Justin Gaethje, though. We were talking about it yesterday. I think Justin Gaethje is probably the toughest matchup for Charles Oliveira in the division. Your fight of the night. I think the best fight of the night. What do I think the best fight of the night is going to be? Let me tell you. I think Charles Oliveira versus Dustin is going to be very, very, very good. But if I had to pick the second fight that I think is going to be the best, I'm probably going with a prelim fight, to be quite honest. And I think I'm going to go with Josh Emmett versus Dan Ige. I think Josh Emmett versus Dan Ige is going to be amazing. Hold on. You just wear it sitting in your living room watching the UFC fights? I'm done, bro. I'm done. Looks like most people think it will start late. But I think the best fight on Saturday, the fight of the night, is going to be Dan Ige versus Josh Emmett. But I also believe that the main event is going to be amazing. Where do you rate your excitement go Saturday night? I think you meant come Saturday night, but I get what you're saying either way. Maybe I just misunderstood something. Honestly, I'm pretty damn close to a 10. I'm probably at like an 8.5, 9, somewhere around there. If we had like one more big fight on the card, it'd be a solid 10. Like 268, I was a solid like 9.5 almost to a 10. I don't like to give anything a 10. But if we had like Masvidal Leon on Saturday as well, which is another big fight, I'd probably be like 9, 9.5. But right now, like 8.5, 9. I'm super excited. It's all I've been thinking about all week. It's just, like when we get big cards like this, and it's not just main event heavy, we have just, I'm a huge fight fan. So to look up and down this card, I know there's other people who just love personalities and this and that. But when I look at Pedro Munhoz versus Dominick Cruz, I see two very high-level mixed martial artists going at it with contrasting styles, and I'm wondering who the hell is going to pull that off. When you look at Josh Emmett versus Dan Ige, I think that's going to be so exciting. Both guys are very similar. They fight very similar, and that's two top guys again. Then you look at the main card. If O'Malley somehow loses to Paiva, that's going to be the worst look ever. So that fight actually kind of has big stakes. Then Cody Garbrandt versus Kai Kara France. Imagine Cody gets chinned. Big stakes in that fight. Geoff, Neal, Santiago, Pozinibbio. I love the fight. It's a high-level fight. Should be super good, super, exciting, in my opinion. Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena, not all that excited for. Because I just think Amanda's going to smash her, but I always enjoy watching Amanda smash people. But for me, it doesn't get the blood pumping. Charles Oliveira versus Dustin Poirier. When they're walking back and forth in the octagon and Bruce Buffer is announcing their credentials and screaming their name, my heart is going to be going. Does anybody else, when you get a big main event, there's no feeling like it. My heart's just pounding in my chest. Just pounding. Even if I'm not necessarily rooting for anyone. Because I like Dustin, I like Charles. If anything, I'm rooting a little bit for Charles just because I picked him and I want my pick to be right. But for the most part, I just want to see a great high-level fight, and I want to see some questions answered about who's better. So for me, I mean, there's nothing better than a big fight card like this. Do you believe that Justin Gaethje will be champ one day? Probably. I think he will. I think he'll find a way. Technically, he's already been champ. What's up, Torin Brown? Hope you're doing well. What's up, Edson Jr.? What's up, Adam? I'm mellow. I start walking around my room when my blood pressure gets high for a fight. Yeah, man, I always go to the bathroom, go take a pee right before the main event. Joey's heart and Ngannou is opposite Jones. My heart will be pounding out of my chest. I might have a heart attack. I can't wait for that fight. I hope we see it next year. Well, supposedly we're 3 minutes away from the presser. I wonder if it's actually going to start on time. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure to like the stream. Like the stream right this very second. Run up the likes of the stream. It should be starting any minute now. Also, guys, if you want to become a member of the channel, we have loyalty badges, custom emojis, and we now have a members-only Discord chat. The link is in the description. We'll be messaging live on UFC 269 Fight Night. I'm so excited for that. It's going to be awesome. So the link is in the description. Doesn't cost much. It's just an extra way to support the channel if you want to do it. If not, that's fine too. But the link is in the description. How many times do you think the 155 belt changes hand in the next 2 years? Whew. I'll say twice. But I'm not, I mean, I don't know, man. I think Charles Oliveira could be a dominant champion for quite a bit. But just the averages, it just seems like he's bound to lose to either Gaethje or Islam, one or the other. Dude, I'm so excited for Gane versus Ngannou. I think Gane's going to take the belt. I was high on Gane when he first entered the UFC. I saw him fight, and I said, man, this guy has all the things you look for in a future heavyweight contender. I'm super excited for it. I don't know who I'm picking, though, because Gane gets hit. And if he gets caught with one of those Ngannou bombs, he's going to get put to sleep for sure. So that should be a lot of fun. I mean, I love the contrast in styles. You have Gane, who's super technical, super well-rounded. Then you have Ngannou, who just comes out there and looks to smash your face in. And he's getting better technically, and he's starting to use more weapons. Don't forget those nasty, heavy leg kicks he was using on Stipe Miocic. A lot of people just remember the knockout. But he's getting better. He's getting more well-rounded, and that is a scary guy. I mean, those wild looping punches that'll just knock your head off are insane. And wouldn't it be something? Either guy gets a win. Imagine Gane goes out there, outclasses him for 5 rounds. But imagine if Ngannou goes out there and just sleeps him in the first round. That would be insanity. I almost died from a heart attack when the 3rd round of Volk versus Ortega. That was an amazing fight. What an amazing fight we had there. All right, it's officially time for the presser to start, and looks like we're going to be late. We got about 1 minute, and then it'll be late. So everyone who guessed it was right. It seems like we can never win. We can never win. There's always a late press conference no matter what. Again, I'll be playing the audio when it starts. I cannot play the video, but I will play the audio. Hopefully it starts up pretty soon. Let's see. What is your fight of the year so far? Mine's Volk versus Ortega. For me, it's got to be either Charles versus Chandler or Gaethje versus Chandler. Charles versus Chandler. I know it only lasted like 1 round and then 30 seconds of the second round. So many momentum swings. Chandler hurt him twice. Chandler almost submitted him with a guillotine. Oliveira got his back. Chandler stands up and jumps to his back, slams him. Chandler gets out of the back mount, gets up, hurts him again, almost finishes him. Somehow Oliveira survives, makes it to the next round, but just barely. then comes out there, clips Chandler with the left hook, chases him down, spamming left hooks, and finishes him. So many momentum swings in such a short period of time. I would say Chandler versus Oliveira is probably my favorite fight of the year so far. If not, probably Gaethje versus Chandler. O'Malley, yeah, but Volk and Ortega is right on that list too. When we have the month break from MMA, I'm gonna do some like top 5 2021 videos for myself, and that'll be one of the videos I do, top 5 fights of the year, my personal favorite fights. And Volk versus Ortega, I'm sure will be on there. I'll have to look through, and recency bias is kind of crazy, but what's up, Fast 2? Hope you're doing well. Gane versus Ngannou, the best heavyweight fighter, is so sad. And the division used to be so deep. Now we have Swiss cheese champion who can only punch. Stipe looked like garbage too. Stipe made Ngannou look like he can actually wrestle. Yeah, but that fight didn't last long enough, I don't think. I don't think the fight lasted long enough. I think the division, I've always said the heavyweight division is trash, but I think it's growing a little bit. We got Tom Aspinall making his way up. We have Ngannou, Stipe, Gane. We got John Jones. We got Chris Daukaus. That's pretty much it as far as up-and-coming guys who... But the heavyweight division has always been the worst division historically. I think it's better than it's ever been, unfortunately, even though it still is not the greatest. Yep. So we are late for the press conference. I wonder how late it's going to be. BRB. Okay, my friend. Hope you are well. We'll see you in a little bit. Yeah, a month without UFC is going to be wild. It's going to be wild. It's going to suck, man, honestly. I don't even know what I'm going to do. Like, I'm so used to every Saturday night watching the fights. Even if it's dumbass Ketlin Vieira versus Miesha Tate and she's playing with puppets. It's going to be weird, man. 1 whole month? Why'd they do us dirty like that? 1 whole month? Dana White wanted a vacation. I think that's what happened there. That's wild. I don't remember when the last time it's been like 2 weeks, let alone a whole month. How about Joey's division rankings? Does O'Malley make your top 10? That is actually a good idea. I don't know if I can put enough thought into it to make that, though. It's hard for me to rank guys. Ranking guys gets a little bit fishy, though. Because you have to rank them on certain credentials, and then I try to rank them on who I think's better, but then it's weird because this guy may be better than this guy, but worse than this guy, and then they may be ranked above. I think it's absolutely bizarre. We have Cody Garbrandt ranked above Pedro Munoz when Pedro Munoz took out Cody Garbrandt. I think O'Malley probably makes my top 15. I don't think he makes my top 10. I would rank O'Malley about 13 or so. Probably. I think I would go I'm just going off the top of my head right here, so don't judge me if I say something absolutely ludicrous because I haven't put a lot of thought in this. Petr Yan would be number 1 right now for me. Aldo would be number 2. Sandhagen would be number 3. No. See, this is why it's so hard. So I would do Petr Yan as number 1. Jose Aldo is number 2. Probably Sterling is... No. Jose Aldo is number 2. TJ Dillashaw is number 3. Aljamain Sterling is number 4. Corey Sandhagen is number 5. Rob Font is number 6. Merab Dvalishvili is number 7. Pedro Munoz is number 8. Dominic Cruz is number 9, which is ironically where they're at right now. Marlon Vera is number 10. Rafael Sunsao is number 11. And probably Sugar Sean at number 12, maybe. Let's see. But that's definitely a good video idea. Joey, you were the one who said flyweight will be one of the best divisions in the UFC. Did I say that? I don't know. I think I said it's growing. I don't remember saying it's one of the best or will be one of the best. I think it's growing quite a bit, you know, and I think it's a lot better than people talking about canceling it. It shouldn't be canceled for sure. Getting rid of the division I think is ludicrous. Cody I wasn't ranking because he's at flyweight, and Nunes I would rank below O'Malley. What's up, French fries? How far do you see Paddy Pimblett getting in the UFC? It's hard, too early to tell, man. It's too early to tell. I have no idea in that one. Prime Cormier, Prime Kane, Prime Dos Santos, Prime Alistair will beat Ngannou and Gond of today easy. Prime Kane, I don't think beats Ngannou. Prime Dos Santos, maybe. Prime Alistair, I think beats Ngannou. And Prime Alistair beats Gond. Alistair Uberim, one of the best. One of the best. Is it just me or is Aljamain Sterling the worst paper champ ever? Yes, he is the worst paper champ ever. He did not get stripped. He's going to be fighting Jan for the undisputed belt, or they're going to be unifying belts in like February. Rafael Santos 39. I did not realize that. I was high on Yanez until his last performance. Same here. I think he gets sparked. I think he would get sparked by O'Malley after watching his last performance. Looks like the press conference is going to start here in a minute. Let's see. Let's see if I can get the audio going here. Let me pop on my headphones. You guys will be able to listen to it here. Hopefully I don't get banned. I'm not going to start it until the actual press conference. Uberim was definitely the GOAT heavyweight. I think Uberim's the greatest heavyweight of all time. So we're only 7 minutes late. That's not too shabby. We're only 7 minutes late. I just seen my audio interface turning yellow, so I turned it down a hair. Hopefully it's not too low. But I think Uberim beats everyone. I will turn on the audio as soon as the actual press conference starts. I am excited. I'm excited. We're about to get to the presser here. They're playing a little commercial right now. God, I love this Oliveira Chandler fight. I love this. Do you think Alexei Oleinik should retire? Without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. I thought Johnny Hendricks pre-USADA was pretty unstoppable. Whew. Hendricks just had that one-punch KO power. One-punch KO power was insane. As soon as USADA came around. And you know what's funny? Remember GSP wanted extra drug testing for their fight. And Johnny Hendricks said, nah. Which thought me GSP knew something without saying it outright. Making accusations. I was always suspicious of Johnny Hendricks. Little late, but I'm here. Awesome, man. Hope you're doing well. Alistair was a whole life on steroids. Okay, I'll be back after the press conference. Awesome. Well, yeah, I'm going to stream a little bit after the press conference. I will be playing the audio from the press conference, but I can't play the video, otherwise they'll take down my channel. So if you got a second screen, feel free to turn it on and watch both. If not, this is why it's kind of weird doing the streams for the press conferences, because people are like, well, I want to watch. So, but I can't do it because the UFC will immediately take it down. It's about to start, and I'm about to put the audio into the stream here in a second. But they're playing music right now, so I'll get a copyright claim. Dana White is walking out. Dana is walking out. Best heavyweight of all time was Kane, small dude, Maldivian people. Maulin people? Is that what you're saying? Kane was amazing. I thought you meant mauled. The Sugar Show. O'Malley's such a weirdo. I love how Piotr Jan calls him a poodle. Because he really does look like a poodle. TRT Vitor was quite impressive, minus the front kick KO loss to Anderson. Dude, remember how jacked he was? Raulian Paiva. Let's go, Sugar Show. Sugar Stretcher O'Malley. I'm going to start calling him Mally. I heard Dana White accidentally called him Mally in an interview, and I'm going to just start calling him Mally. Cody Garbrandt looking light on his feet. Yeah, dude, Chandler's great great even in bad positions. I think I picked Poirier to get submitted. Botrin. Yeah, Sean O'Malley looks like a straight up goof. I always think just people like that just look like they're so desperate for attention. Yeah, that is screwed up. That spinning back kick really hurt him. I don't like TRT. He's a cheater. Pozinibbio. I wonder if Paiva gets asked any questions. Yeah, it was hilarious watching him get destroyed by Marlon Vera. Pozinibbio looks like he's about to go on he's a biker. Chandler's always had a suspect's chin. Geoff Neal. Wonder if he's drunk. I have no idea. God, I don't want to listen to Juliana Pena talk at all. Dude, there's people out there pretending that Paiva is better than he is so that they can pretend like Sean O'Malley got a good win. Juliana Pena is going to get wrecked. I can't believe she even thinks she's good. The gloat. This narrator is kind of wonky. I wonder if this is pre-recorded. Look at what is Amanda Nunes wearing? Look, she ain't even got no clothes on. That's hilarious. Amanda Nunes. As soon as they stop playing the music, I'll turn on the audio. If you guys want it. It's media members. It's people on YouTube that cover MMA. They're elevating Paiva, pretending he's better than he is, just so they can pretend like O'Malley got a good win when he wins. I would pick Kayla Harrison over Nunes if they fought. I would not. Juliana Pena blamed her training partner for hurting her in an interview a long time ago. Had to take a year off, but then they backtracked her statement because it was a fake-ass excuse. I never heard that. The notorious Amanda Nunes. 40,000 people are watching. That's crazy. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure to like the stream. Pena got submitted by Jermaine Durandamine. Hilarious. I swear, Charles Oliveira looks just like King Ramses from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Return the slab. All right.
Appreciate it.
I'm turning up the audio for you guys.
Where you at? Start with Charles, please. Charles, obviously, 11 years in the UFC to get to this.
I love how he always says, "Who's got the first question?" John Morgan.
The women's GOAT. I just got to ask, what's the emotion for you as you sit there right now for the first time in that seat of honor?
Charles, Depois de 11 anos no UFC, depois da tua trajetória,
O'Malley's grown on me a little bit through this podcast analysis stuff. I was a little annoyed with the O'Malley with his Cheeto excuse. I picked Cheeto
trajetória, né?
to win, but O'Malley kind of growing on me a bit. Pena is a joker. Grappling, he's actually a joke. Lost to a natural striker by subs. Alistair ring leg locker, no joke. That's what the
Eu
story.
quero estar do lado dos melhores, eu quero ser um dos melhores.
Wow.
A minha história foi feita pra isso.
It's a great honor to be here next to the
Juliana
GOAT.
legitimately threw her
It's been
training
a
partner
long
under the
path,
bus and
and
hella cried
my
during
path
the
has
interview.
led
Played
to
victim
this.
to
I'm
someone
here
trying to
for
hurt her
this. I
for
deserve
being a
this.
UFC
That's why I'm
fighter.
here.
Charles, Dustin actually said earlier this week that he was happy for you when you won the belt because he's seen your journey, he knows what you've been through, and he was happy for you. So I'm curious, do you consider yourself a fan of Dustin? Have you enjoyed watching him and his journey?
O Dustin falou essa semana que ele ficou muito feliz pela vitória, pela sua trajetória, por tudo que isso representa.
Some early
Você
questions
se
for
considera
Charles
fã do
Oliveira.
Dustin também por-
Charles Oliveira.
Com certeza, é uma história gigantesca. Ele é um grande campeão.
Roots of my Paul Harris leg
Merece
locker.
muito estar aqui. E com certeza
Roots of
amanhã a gente
my
vai fazer um
Paul
grande show.
Harris.
By all means, he's got a great path here. It's a wonderful career. It's going to be a pleasure to fight him, and we're going to go through war tomorrow.
Nice. Hey, Charles, we know how special the moment was to win the belt, so just ask you, what would this win for you mean? Your first title defense? What would this
Imagine
represent for you in your
Oliveira
career?
beating the brakes off Poirier. That'd
Depois
be
de tudo que
insane.
passou, o que significa para você defender esse título?
I'm
O que
so excited for
significa
this
uma
main event,
vitória
guys.
no sábado?
If anything happens to it,
Esse é
I'm
um
literally
legado.
gonna die.
Eu nasci pra isso, nasci pra estar aqui.
Nunes, imagine Nunes
sabem da minha
versus
história.
Pena gets elevated to the main.
Os médicos falaram que eu não podia jogar uma bola. Eu já sou
And they
campeão
want us to pay
mundial de pesos leves.
$75
É uma
for
história
that.
gigantesca.
Amazing improved striking, kind
You
of
know
like
my
Muay Thai
story.
style, and then amazing BJJ.
I have doctors when I was 10 years old telling me I couldn't even play ball. I was born to be here. My path is led to this. You're gonna see this.
Can you guys hear the
I was made
audio
for
all
this.
right?
Nice, thank you. Then Dustin, obviously for you,
Let's go!
Can you guys hear the audio? Okay. I hope. Hopefully I don't get banned from
you know,
YouTube.
you had this similar opportunity in 2019, right? Obviously didn't go your way, disappointing night. But I'm just curious, what's the biggest difference this time around? I mean, is it something within you? Obviously, you're not flying halfway
Charles
around
is
the world.
just so
I mean,
good.
what's the
and he's
biggest
so
difference this time?
well-rounded.
If I didn't advance in the last few years since that title fight, I wasted a few years. You know, I think I'm a better fighter, more well-rounded, and just a little bit better mentally. You know, in that fight with Khabib, when I got up and exposed my neck, maybe losing the round and taking that a little bit slower instead of losing the fight would have been a smarter decision. You know, just be smarter in my movements. I got a lot of experience, and that was another huge learning moment for me to put these.
How can you not like Dustin? I'm gonna feel bad for him when he's crying on Saturday
these
if he loses.
fights together. There's so much going on at all times in there, and small mistakes, small slip-ups like that can be detrimental.
Yeah, that Khabib choke on Dustin was so deep.
And Dustin, you had that amazing quote the other day where you said this fight is like 25 minutes for eternity, right? I mean, but I'm just curious, does that mean that like you look at this result as a way to measure your entire body of work?
This is
Like,
a
can you not be
stupid question.
happy with everything that you've done if you don't walk away with
Of
this
course
win?
he's happy.
Nothing that I've done from the moment I laced up a pair of boxing gloves, the moment I put on a pair of mixed martial arts gloves and hit the mat, ever has been done in vain. I've created a beautiful life for my family. I've learned so much about myself through the process, and things that these lessons I've learned I'm very grateful for.
Win or lose on
But
Saturday, he's still one of the greatest lightweights of all
Being
time.
the world champion is forever. 25 till eternity. That's what's going through my head every
I
night
have
when
a
I go to
feeling
sleep.
that's an Instagram caption for him for the
You know,
next 2 years. if
and
he wins.
it means a lot to me, man. I can't put into words truly what it means to me and my family.
You know Connor's hoping he wins the belt so he can say, I lost to the champ.
Dana, lastly, I just wanted to ask you, right, what your thoughts are on this main event. It seems like kind of a special one, especially on the hardcores, right? Two guys that have been in the UFC for 10 years each that seem to be at the peak of their careers at the same time. What do you think about this fight?
Yeah, I mean, some people's journeys are different than others.
What's up,
You know, some
Miles?
guys come in and burst onto the scene. These two have, you know, been grinding and working hard for a very long time.
It's crazy.
You know, I
They've been
know he
around
got
forever.
criticized for
Both
some
fighting
of the
at
decisions he
145,
made last year.
155.
I think every decision he made was brilliant. Played it exactly the way he should have, and here he is today. This kid has been working his ass off for a long time. It's like the two blue collar guys are here and gonna fight it out on Saturday night. I love it.
Such a great fight, too.
It's a question for Amanda. Amanda, at this point, the story of each fight you have is about what does this challenger have that you haven't seen before? When you look at Juliana, does she have anything that you have not experienced in that octagon?
Honestly, what Juliana has is just nuts to lose it, you know? So I just have to be sharp because I see her style many times in my whole career. Her best friend, Miesha Tate, is like, if you watch Miesha Tate fight, it's the same fighter right there. So
Sloppy
I see
striking.
before.
Determined wrestling.
Juliana, for you, I'm curious, what do you think of Amanda's assessment?
I mean, she has to say what she has to say, and that's fine. That's a part of the game. You know what I mean? We've been talking about this fight for a very long time. At UFC 200, when she beat Miesha, she said that she would fight me, and she didn't. She let Ronda cut the line.
You lose your oil fight.
I actually won, and I beat the girl that ragdolled you, as a matter of fact. I beat the girl that beat you that night, and you said in the press conference that you would fight me, and you absolutely did not fight me. You let Ronda cut the line after she got knocked out.
Never won a contender.
You picked a can, and you've been continuing to pick cans. Everybody that you pick has already lost and been defeated.
You never wore
What I mean, you're gonna say whatever you gotta say, but the reality is that UFC 200, you said you would fight me in the press conference, and you still have not.
You lost.
This is something. This has been something that's been brewing since UFC 200. That was what, 5 years ago. You guys act like I'm just making this up, or I'm trying to trash talk. This is actually facts that have happened in my career. This is things that have actually happened. I'm not making this up. You said you would fight me at UFC 200.
Sarah McMahon almost beat you. I beat Sarah McMahon years ago.
Oh, big deal. So we both won, and we both beat the same opponent.
Who?
We both beat Sarah McMahon.
Oh, Jermaine beat you.
Okay, I beat Shayna Baszler before you beat Shayna Baszler.
So
big fucking deal. What is that?
What is like?
It doesn't make any sense.
I would just say you're on a one
doesn't
fight.
make any sense. You're trying to say because you beat Sarah McMahon faster than I did.
It's beautiful for you. You talk the truth.
I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth.
No, you don't.
How am I not? You're trying to take
Who would have
my
thought
win
Nunes
away
was
from
stealing
Sarah
the shine of the
McMahon.
press conference?
I beat people that you beat too. So
all right,
let me jump in the middle of this. Who's got the next question?
Come on, Dana.
This shit will go on all night, I promise you.
Questions for Kai.
Dana's a sexist. I wanted to hear him keep going
You're
back
obviously
and forth.
welcoming one of the better bantamweights of the last few years to the new division.
Yeah,
but
Pena's
just from the
gonna get
outside looking
starched,
in,
and
it
she's
seems
gonna
like
make mad
Cody's
excuses
speed is
afterwards.
what really gave him the advantage at bantamweight. So are you expecting that same speed now that he is cutting 10 pounds further down to flyweight?
Yeah, I guess we'll find that out come Saturday night. You know, I want the best Cody. I don't want any excuses. This is my title fight eliminator. This is the road to the title for the flyweight division.
I think Kai France
and I want the biggest name. So when Cody came across the table, you know, I jumped at the opportunity. So I want to test myself against the best, and I can't wait to get in there.
Similar questions for Cody. At this point, you've obviously been asked about the cut so much, but this close to the fight, I would imagine every day you're feeling the cut more and more. Even at media day, you said flyweight hits harder. So right now on that stage,
Pena
how
somehow
is the weight
pulls it
cut?
off, I'd be shocked.
No, I feel great. I have one of the best, doctors and nutritionists in the game, Dr. Matea, Kappa Nutrition. We've been working for 8 months. This hasn't been an overnight 8-week camp to get down to flyweight. This has been years in the making. I had a flyweight title shot over a year ago. I got COVID. Things happen. Ended up losing the Rob Font. It goes on.
Yeah,
so
Cody definitely has
France
his back
up.
against the wall.
It was a
He
great
loses
fight.
this
This dude begged me to fight.
Where does he
He
go
put
from
himself
there?
in this
Imagine he gets
situation.
chin
I
checked.
worked for this opportunity. There's a different mindset. He has an average mindset. I have an elite mindset. And that's what the difference in this fight's going to be.
Kai, do you have any response to that?
I guess we'll find out come Saturday night. Bring that same energy.
And that's the best thing about this sport. We can talk all we want. Come Saturday night, you're going to find out.
Very true. That's what I love
Finally,
about this
one more
sport.
for
Keep
Cody.
talking.
I know you're focused on Kai, but there is a man further down that table that you've had a lot of more words with on Twitter. So
let's go. Hey, listen.
Talk about
This
Cody
dude,
and
he
Sean
comes
Emmett.
out here, he does the thing, he walks his walk, he dresses, does the hair. But he's got different problems than no-love problems. He's got Julian to my right, and Julian is battle-tested in here.
Julian.
Way
Is he
farther
saying
than
his
he's
name
ever
wrong,
been.
or have I been?
Sean,
Someone
any
just
response
screamed
to,
unranked
seeing
champ.
Cody down further down the table. You talked a lot on Twitter, but now that he's further down the table, do you have anything else to say?
You don't want to talk.
He's won one fight since 2017.
The same as
That's
Connor.
a good one. That's a good one.
Look who he's been fighting.
And you haven't fought anybody. Who the fuck have you fought?
You've won one fight.
But listen, I can't be mad at this kid. Look, I can't be mad at this kid.
See,
he understands when he jumps up in competition, his hype goes away, his money goes away, his little sponsors go away. He'll get his ass
for that fight.
Straight up.
Why'd you go down to 25?
If I was Garbrandt, I'd say you have one fight
I'll
against
win
the current
tomorrow
UFC
at
fighter.
25 and fight you at 35 and still kick your ass.
That's how stupid you are. Why would you do that?
Easy. You're easy work.
I
I'm not
wish
worried
we were
about
seeing
you. I'm focused
O'Malley
on
versus
Garbrandt. You should be
cancel. Get rid of Kai Kara.
Adults speak. Can I speak?
Get rid of Kara. Get rid of Julian Paiva or Raulian Paiva.
I sound what?
A little worried.
About what?
Me?
A fucking clown sitting to my left? Bro, I'll eat you
I think
like
let's
cotton
just
candy.
square up a little bit.
I'll eat you like cotton candy.
Square up
look
and
like.
just Dana, can me and Cody square up just for the future?
Please, let's do it. We're doing it right now.
Square up.
They're trying to square up in the middle. Oh, you know that's gonna be a
hot sauce for everybody. Everybody gets a bottle.
Wants to stare off? We can stare off.
They didn't let them stare off barely, but you know that's gonna get some pictures. If they both win on Saturday, let them fight next.
Question for Geoff.
Yeah, get rid of Kara France.
Taking on Santiago,
get rid of Raulian
Pozinibbio, of course,
Paiva.
great opponents.
Match
Where
up
do you think he
Garbrandt
ranks
and
among the guys
O'Malley.
you fought before?
I feel like he's one of the best. You know what I mean? I wouldn't rank him above Wonderboy. Like Wonderboy is just on a whole nother level, but he's up there, you know.
And do you feel that he's the same since he's came back from his injuries? You know, we've seen him fight twice now, but just do you think he's
If
the same
I was
guy?
Cody Garbrandt, when you said you won one fight since 2017, I'd be like, you have one win over fighters on the current UFC roster. And it's Chris Montino.
And for Pozinibbio, where would you rank Geoff among your opponents you fought before?
You are tough. Everyone there in this top 15, the best fighters in the world, the best competition division in the world, man. Everyone are tough, man, but I don't care, you know. My goal is the best. I'm more than ready. I won 8 on my last 9. After this victory, this Saturday I put 9 victories on time fights. 2 times I knock out on number 8 in the world, man. I'm more than ready for this bench. I am hungry than ever. After I'm sick, after the all problems I need to pass, I fighting for my life.
I wish I was in Cody Garbrandt's ear.
Any
I would have gave him
human
some
can
great
stop me
lines.
right now.
I would have been like,
And
dude,
just one
after
for
I
Amanda,
beat... Oh, never
do you
mind,
believe
he's
that
above
this
him,
fight
so
with
it wouldn't
Juliana
matter.
is as simple as stopping her wrestling, or do you think you have to worry about
Did
everything?
Geoff Neal just get bailed out?
Honestly, like I'm ready for everything she bring it up Saturday. Honestly, I'm that kind of fighter. I don't play with my opponent. I'm always focused, and I know I have 25 minutes, you know, to finish her. I just have to take my time and pick the shots in the right times and
said,
finish
I
the
had
fight.
25
no matter
minutes to finish her.
what if she show up Saturday, I'm gonna have the answers and I will finish her. This belt not gonna go anywhere, baby. I'm telling you.
Question for Cody No Love. As the former champion of the bantamweight division, what does it make you feel when you hear Sugar Sean O'Malley call himself the unranked champion of the bantamweight division?
I just laugh. I think it's comical. I think this guy's a joke, but like I said, I'm not facing him, and he's got Julian, so that's who he should be focusing on. But hey, you know what? He got the hype. He's building up the hype. He's got the fans behind him, so he's got to go out there and prove to himself. And he's unproven. So at the end of the night, he's still unproven. He still has a lot to prove.
Very
in the
true.
sport.
Very unproven.
Sugar Sean, as the unranked champion, making your first appearance for a press conference here, having the pop that you have, do you feel
O'Malley's
an
not
extra
the same at the
expectation
press
to get the result that you've been saying? A knockout, taking his lights out
He's not
Saturday
the same.
evening
He's
at
one of those
T-Mobile.
guys that talks mad shit online.
That's the plan every single time I go into a fight, whether it's on the main card or on the never mind. It's always gonna be on the main card. I'm always gonna go for the knockout.
Julian, what do you make of that when he says he's going to knock you out on stage? You fought his teammate Kyler in the last fight. What do you make of his talk?
Aliás, o que você acha do que ele falou, que ele vai bater em você logo de cara e você ganhou do cara que treina com ele?
Cara, a única coisa que eu vou falar aqui pra vocês, vou colocar esse palhaço no lugar dele sábado. Vou colocar esse palhaço no lugar dele. Qual é o lugar dele? Não é no octógono, é no circo. Então sábado eu vou colocar ele no lugar dele, valeu?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna put this clown where he belongs. And where does the clown belong? He doesn't belong in the octagon. He belongs in the circus, and that's what I'm gonna do on Saturday.
That was so cheesy.
Hey, let's go, man. Let's go.
Final question for Dana White. Obviously, you got the best broadcast team in the world, but yesterday, Dominick Cruz called out DC's commentating, him being prepared. Do you have any comments about that?
No.
Listen, everybody has their opinions, and, you know, I guess DC better do his homework, man. He better come out and,
that's gonna eat
and make Cruz happy.
Question for Dustin, to your right here.
Yeah, I want to get.
How nice is it to have gone into this fight week with no background noise, no animosity,
with O'Malley tomorrow,
come to this press conference and not have to worry about verbal sparring with anyone else?
You know, I didn't really worry about it the last time.
Cruz was hilarious, by the way.
I just, all that's noise, man. I'm too experienced for that stuff. When I was younger, I used to really pay attention to what people were saying and watch a lot of interviews and videos and footage, and I know who I am, man. Nobody can tell me who I am. I'm up here, put myself in this position, and I honor this position and the opportunity I have Saturday night. Nothing anybody can say or nothing that goes on from here to that bell ringing can change anything that's going to happen. Paid in full, baby.
The only thing I don't like about Dustin, but I like Dustin quite a bit.
Obviously, we're going to have a big fight on this card in the shape of Leon Edwards against Jorge Masvidal. You recently said that you're working on something for Leon. Can you provide any update on that? Is there any movement?
They're asking about Leon Edwards.
No, not yet. But yeah, I mean, we're working on fights all the way up to mid-April now. So we'll get it figured out here soon. Hamzat too. Yes.
I like to see Nate comes out right afterwards. You see that? I called that one.
Brits have fights in the work for March 19th, I believe. Are you guys going back to London?
It's going to depend on how all this stuff plays out. As long as
we'll see how this plays out.
You know, these COVID restrictions, you know, can stay normal. We can start traveling internationally again, other than Abu Dhabi. You know what I mean?
I did see the follow-up.
We'll see how this all plays out.
It was hilarious because Cruz was like, "I'm just saying how I feel. There ain't nothing wrong with that."
And all this kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. We'll see how this plays out.
Question for Santiago. As it was said when you entered the stage, the best Argentine fighter to ever enter the UFC. Can you describe the following
Guys,
you have in Argentina
already,
and how big this event is back home for you?
For sure, man. There's growing a lot. This is sport the most growing in the world, and also in Argentina too. You know, Argentina, South America, the sport is growing. They watching me. I'm a reference for them. You know, I'm so happy to represent my blood, represent my people. I come in working so hard for so many years, man. I live in 15 years ago in my house
Santiago's got a great
to Brazil,
accent.
going behind my dream with nothing in my pocket, you know, and a big dream, you know. I'm here
pull for that guy.
watching for my dreams, you know, and listen, I'm close to that. I put 7 victories in a row. I am sick, but I am not. I am back. I am back hungry than ever, man.
Hungrier than ever, man.
I'm gonna beat this guy. This Saturday, I'm gonna put 9 victories on my last 10 fights, and I'm gonna go to the belt.
I remember when Pozinibbio was supposed to fight.
And a question for Geoff. When we spoke yesterday, you said that Santiago's jab is his most dangerous weapon. If we focus on you, what would you say is your biggest weapon or best advantage?
Yeah, that is hilarious.
I'm just gonna knock him out. I got all the tools to do it. So I can hit him with a jab, I can hit him with a cross, a head kick, leg kick. I'm gonna finish the fight.
It sounds like you don't necessarily value his striking on the same level as yours.
No, for sure I value striking. I just think mine's better.
All right, good answer.
We will see Saturday, man. I am feel better than ever, man. I am ready to smash this guy and go to the belt, man. I have 8 victories in my last 9 fights. 2 times fight with the number 8 in the world, and the 2 times I put to sleep. You know, I doing a lot of work in this division. You know, 17 fight in this company, 14 victories, man.
Hilarious,
brother. I am back to the belt. You know.
Good answer. Question for Sean. In the embedded, you sort of expressed some ideas about how Paiva wouldn't necessarily talk trash to you. Now he kind of did. Does that surprise you?
No, I didn't think he wouldn't talk trash. I just said I know he doesn't speak English, so I didn't know how that would play out. But yeah, no, he's gonna not talk trash. If he thinks he's gonna knock me out in the second round, you know, I don't know if that's talking trash. That's just what he thinks.
And as mentioned, he defeated Kyler Phillips, your teammate. Does that add a little extra fire for you to get some sort of revenge?
Not really. You know, honestly, you go look at that fight. Kyler beat that dude.
Very true.
All right.
So you're fighting a guy that's on the law.
Question for Dustin. I'm sure you visualized getting to the title many times when you were younger in your career. How would you say that reality has matched the expectations you had when you were a young fighter? I don't think necessarily it's the worst thing ever, but it is a little bit embarrassing.
You know, I knew it was going to be a journey of hard work. As a young fighter thinking about fighting, I never thought I'd have the setbacks and the adversity I've had throughout my career. Of course, you think it's going to be smooth sailing like a movie till you raise a belt up, but I'm thankful for all of it, and I still
look how
been waiting to find out what that moment feels like when I wrap that undisputed title around my waist, and then I'll be able to look back and tell you.
All right. Amanda, it's easy for a fighter who is so dominant for so long to get a little complacent or perhaps bored on the top. But would you say that now that you have a daughter, that you have extra fire to sort of get you to push even further?
Honestly, like, I'm happy
I don't
that
think
I used
so,
to
man.
be.
I think Dustin's just always
She
confident.
brought everything for my life.
He
You know,
knows,
much love,
he has the experience,
happiness, like,
he knows
that little girl is everything for me.
that,
I feel like everybody
he's
have
done
a
all the
daughter,
work.
know what I'm talking about. Even Juliana know
I
what
don't
I'm
think he's
talking about.
overlooking him
Some
by any
others
means,
well.
if that's what
So
you're saying.
that little girl is everything to me. In my motivations, like, went to the roof.
Yes.
You know, I
If
want
Oliveira-
all my memories
if
with
the fight
her.
goes long,
in,
I think Poirier can win.
Fight week, in my training, in the gym, here right now with all of you guys. So I want to show her when she be able to understand it. I want to show her every single picture. Look, you was there with your mommy every single day, and everything I did. So she's here tonight. It's a huge motivation and bringing me like a lot of fire for this fight. For sure.
All right. And for Dana White, I think most people consider Khabib to be the greatest lightweight in the UFC. But what would it take for either Charles or Dustin to surpass him, in your opinion?
This mate? Yeah. What was it? Sorry.
What would it take for either Dustin or Charles to surpass Khabib as the greatest lightweight in the UFC's history?
It would take a couple more wins.
Yeah,
That's
listen,
it.
you know, these guys have had a long, hard road. They got to keep grinding. It's almost like Usman, you know, when Usman came in here, look how hard he's worked. Look at what he's accomplished. Look at the guys he's beat, the records he's broken. That's the path.
All right, and final one for me. We talked about London. We talked about Khamzat. Sweden has usually been a stop for the UFC before the pandemic. Are there plans to return to Sweden, and if so, when?
Yeah, like I just told him, you know, it's going to depend on how all this plays out with COVID restrictions. I'm obviously going to go to places that are easy to do business and easy to put on events, that are going to treat the fighters right, that are going to treat the fans right. Those are the places that I'm going to go to.
Comes out in the main event?
Huh?
Comes out the main event, UFC Sweden, if all things go as planned?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Sweden's always been a great spot for us, man. It's a fun place to have an event. Always sell out. We go till 3, 4 in the morning. Hit McDonald's at 5 in the morning. It's fun. It's a good place.
We look forward to having you. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, brother.
What's your trash talk?
For Juliana, I know how confident you are you're going to win this fight. Is it your expectation if you do that you would have to give Amanda an immediate rematch?
I wish some news outlet would pay me to go there and ask questions. I would love that.
And trying to get that belt too.
Yes, an immediate rematch, and when I win that fight, I will be 11-2 in the division, which is a better bantamweight record in the history of the bantamweight division. And as far as walking up to 145, I don't know. I'm pretty comfortable in knowing that 135 is my proper weight class. But we have to cross that bridge when we get there.
You know that's not gonna happen, right?
You know that's not gonna happen.
You're not gonna be a champion, girl.
We'll find out Saturday night. We will find out Saturday night. One of us is gonna be dead wrong. We will see.
We will.
Okay.
Put it down in your head right now. We will sleep. Think about
put it down in your head because we were already supposed to fight and you had COVID.
That is my time in my month.
We'll see.
December is my month, baby.
We'll see.
All right.
God, I hope
just
this
one
fight
for you,
doesn't get
Dustin.
canceled.
I know how important your charity is to you and everything, and you have a big goal for this fight. Obviously, big platform here. Do you want to just tell the people what your charity goals with the Good Fight Foundation are for this fight?
Yeah, for this fight, I'm going to be auctioning off everything I wear to the octagon, and we're raising money to provide 300,000 meals for Louisiana through Second Harvest Food Bank. Yeah.
Remember when Connor said he would donate and then didn't?
Back before my foundation was an actual foundation, just when I was auctioning things off or selling on eBay and giving money to local charities before I had my own charity, I did work with them and we raised 2,000 meals. And this is like circling back, you know, and I'm just thankful for the position for sure.
Go ahead, brother.
This is for Santiago Pozinibbio. You came from a great war with Miguel Baeza, a difficult fighter, undefeated, and with the Geoff Neal's skills. And he's saying that he's knocked you out. How you see playing out this fight?
Listen, man. I fight with a lot of tough kids. You know, I fight with Leonardo Santos with one arm broken.
I love
all my fight. I won this fight. I broken my radio in 10 parts. You know, I beat a sham stricken when he's undefeated on 50-0. Miguel Baeza, 2 number 8 in the world, man. This kid no gonna stop me. You know, he's tough fighter, but I don't care about him. I'm gonna smash him. I'm gonna knock him out. I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna prove I'm one of the best of the world. I'm gonna take somebody top 5. I'm gonna go to the belt. I'm gonna knock him out. Kamaru, man.
Borderline prime.
You left Argentina with a dream. You had to live in a tent in a beach in Brazil. You get to the Ultimate Fighter. How you see after all these years the growth in the UFC and the growth in Latin America? Because you are one of the biggest ambassadors of Latin American MMA.
Listen, I need to do a lot of crazy shit for I don't have money, I don't have contact, I don't have nothing. I just only have a big dream. I go to Brazil just with I can do with nothing, and I start my way. You know, I have 15 years working so hard. You know, I did a lot of work, and for this, I'm gonna say nobody can stop me. You know, my life, my history, the life give me a lot of power. My skill is better than ever. You know, my mentally, my history, my people give me a lot of support, man. I'm the best Santiago Pozinibbio ever, and I'm gonna show this when I knock out this guy in the Saturday night.
You have a whole continent behind you. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
All right, we got 2 more questions here.
2 more questions, guys.
Go ahead.
Hey there. One for Amanda and one for Dana. Amanda, it's been a while since you've had an opponent who was so adversarial. How much do you welcome all the fire that Juliana is bringing to this fight?
She doesn't. She didn't show up.
You know, of course, like, I take longer. I got the COVID. I have to recover, of course. I don't need to lie. Like, why am I gonna lie? I have COVID. Like, it's not, I did it. I recovered. Now I'm here, ready to go. Ready to kick Juliana's ass.
Been the star of the press conference. She's gonna whoop her ass, too. That's what's hilarious.
Dana, final question for you. This is the first fight between 2 moms for a championship. When you first allowed invited women to fight in UFC, did you ever think this would happen?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at how much the women's, you know, divisions and fighting has blown up, how badass the champions are in the divisions. And today I had a meeting, we were talking about actually women's wrestling, where it was 10 years ago and where it is today. Women's wrestling is exploding too. And I don't know if I ever didn't think that it could be this big. I just never thought the level of skill and technique that these women have are some of the baddest fights in the UFC. So thank God I made this decision, and you know, yeah, I'm very happy about it. I don't know if I answered your question, but
you did.
Okay. We have another question. We got one more. Go ahead.
Last one, because you cut me off last time, Dana. This one's for Sean O'Malley. Sean, you're up here, you're doing face-offs with people that you're not even meant to fight against. You've got the crowd behind you. I'm curious, do you feel that you're living up to the sugar show that you said this pay-per-view was going to be?
O'Malley's just not the same in front of people. He puts on this act behind the scenes.
It's super cool to be up here. I'm constantly, you know, squaring off with Cody or whatever. There's just so many fights for me in the next... What, bud? Cody's 1 fight away from the commentary booth next to Dominic Cruz, so I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
It's still done more than what you're ever gonna do in this career.
Very true.
You're never gonna amount to nothing. Trust me. Once you lose again, get carried out on another stretcher, you're gonna find out where you're gonna be at. Where you're gonna be at.
Yes.
Where are you gonna be at?
Yes.
Exactly.
I don't even know what your
carried out on
was.
another stretcher.
I feel like you answered it.
There we go.
Guys, thanks for coming out today. We're going to rip this stuff out of here. We'll square them off for photo ops. We'll see you on Saturday.
Oh, they're going to take you out on another stretcher. They're going to take you out on another stretcher, O'Malley. I love that. I love that Garbrandt said that. Thank you, Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt, hilarious. Yeah, O'Malley doesn't have that same type of energy. He doesn't bring it. Behind the scenes on his own little YouTube channel, he's such a tough guy. In person, not the same. There's just people, we all know people like that. Sugared, stretchered O'Malley. For all we know, hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Loved it. For all we know, O'Malley's going to be getting airlifted to the hospital with a leg injury on Saturday. But it's not going to be a serious injury. O'Malley just doesn't have that same type of energy. I don't think he likes talking shit to people, to their face. Only likes doing it behind the scenes from the comfort of his own basement or some shit. Or wherever he films his podcast, you know. I wish they would just take Kai Kara-France off the card, take Raulian Paiva off the card, and book O'Malley versus Cody Garbrandt. That'd be absolutely hilarious. O'Malley frozen in the Cheetah sterile. Yeah, he just doesn't have that same energy he has online. He's an internet gangster. Some people just aren't like that. They'll say all this shit online, and then they won't ever say that, even if you're going to fight anyway. They just don't. It's awkward for them. You know, I'm not even saying that he's scared of Garbrandt or anything. Some people just don't feel comfortable saying those types of things. Guys, don't forget to like the stream. Like the stream right this very second if you haven't already. He's too stoned. Cheeto never gets intimidated. The way Cheeto talks is hilarious, too. We're about to get some stare downs. O'Malley didn't say nothing, really. O'Malley looks like a total goof with his cotton candy hair, which is just hilarious to me. If he loses, just in case anything interesting is said, I'll pop this headset on. Raulian Paiva and Sean O'Malley up first. What the hell shoes is O'Malley wearing? You got woman shoes on? If Paiva stops him, O'Malley's career is over. If Paiva wins, I'll become the biggest upset of the year, maybe with Pena. Paiva was like this. That's hilarious. Somebody just yelled, "You lost to Cheeto." Oh my goodness. What do we got going on here? Wolfpack Warriors, thank you for subscribing. Is Paiva a decent grappler? Not really. Cody and Kai Kara-France. He's alright, I mean, but nothing spectacular. Like, I wouldn't even be sure he's a superior grappler to O'Malley. Garbrandt talking mad shit for no reason. I'm actually most excited for the Nunes Pena stare down. Paiva is a jiu-jitsu black belt, supposedly. Geoff Neal looks like he's about 55. Maybe it's all that drinking and driving. Maybe it's all that drinking and driving. I'm going to stay here for a little bit after the press conference ends, and we can talk more UFC 269, because I think this is going to be my last stream before the actual fights. Geoff Neal looks literally like 55. And Pozinibbio looks like a Argentinian biker. All right, here we go. Amanda Nunes and Juliana Pena. Pena's going to get washed. What if Pena just bitch slapped her right now? That'd be hilarious. The double champ, even though the 45 division's fake. I'll stay on until the boys get here. I may. I don't know, Sean. I'm sorry, my friend. The main event, stare down, coming up. If anything, I may stream during the early prelims. I mean, how can you not be excited for this Oliveira Poirier fight? I love it. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Poirier, or not Poirier, Oliveira holding his belt. Poirier looks hyped. Yeah, Pena is definitely going to lose. All right, press conference is over, guys. Press conference is over. We are officially on for an hour and 16 minutes. Throw some questions in the chat, guys. I'll stay on for a little bit longer as long as we have some questions in the chat. Let me look at the card real quick, Sean. Let's see what I think I might be able to stream for. Sometimes, man, I just love like the big cards where I'm just relaxing, just chilling in my living room, watching on a 77-inch OLED. Are they setting up Leon Hamzat again? I'm wondering that, Homework. I'm wondering that. Do you think Wonderboy is winning his fight December 18th? Yes. Do I care about Wonderboy versus Bilal Muhammad? Not really. Who's the fighter you want to fight the most? I don't want to fight any of them. Thoughts on the conference? I think it was decent. You know, it wasn't the best, wasn't the worst press conference I've ever seen. It was worth watching. I'm not a big press conference guy anyway, because when it comes down to it, and you guys, if you watch my channel enough, you know, for me, it's about the elite versus the elite. What they say to each other can make it a little bit more interesting, but there's nothing on this card. There's nothing anybody can say to make Oliveira versus Poirier more interesting, or to be more interesting than Oliveira versus Poirier. I love that fight. I love the stylistic matchup. I love that both guys are elite level lightweight fighters that have put in so much work within the division, and how they match up is going to be very, very interesting. And I think it should be fun. Does Sean O'Malley get stretchered out again? Maybe. Better get some dinner. See you at Fight Night on the Discord. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you, besides you. Thank you for being a member. Appreciate you. Talk to you on the Discord. There's so many fights on Saturday. Isn't it 15 fights, I think, at this point? I think it's 15 fights. Let me take a look at something real quick. I'm going to pull up the card here in a second. Whoa. No. That's wild. That is wild. That changed quite a bit. That's wild. Let's see. Those stare downs were all intense. Let's see. I leave tomorrow. Dude, that's awesome. Can't believe you're going to the event. Cody got in his feelings again. He not beat Care France this Saturday. Sean O'Malley about to walk out to Island Boy would not surprise me at all. Would not surprise me. I can't believe. That's odd. But that's probably not right. Sean O'Malley about to walk. Okay, I read that. O'Malley or Cody at 35. Who you picking? I'd probably go Cody, but I don't trust Cody's chin very much. But I'd go Cody. O'Malley walks out the candy shop. Does he? I mean, his hair looks like cotton candy, so that makes sense. Guys, don't forget to like the stream. Don't forget to like the stream. Do O'Malley and Cody win their fights and they fight each other next? Probably not, honestly. Cody's going to probably fight for a title next if he wins. Sean O'Malley owned Cody in the trash talk. I don't think anybody owned anyone. If anything, Cody Garbrandt, I think, got the last laugh by saying you're going to get stretchered out again, which had me laughing my ass off. How did Pena choose fighting as a profession? Consider she's no better than the average person. I have no idea, my friend. She's an absolute bum. There are certain fighters, and you know, I've said this in the past. The way they strike, it almost looks like they disturbed a bee's nest, and they're just trying to fight off bees and swat the bees that are swarming them. And that's how Pena strikes. It's terrible. Will Woodley embarrass himself again against Jake Paul again? Probably. Honestly, I don't trust Woodley's been saying he's going to let his hands go for 4 years. I don't trust Woodley to do anything anymore. Sean O'Malley isn't that intimidating anyone with that hair. I loved how, I mentioned this earlier on the stream, I love how Petr Yan keeps calling him a poodle. Honestly, Sugar should go down and wait. I don't see him beating the top-ranked fighters. I don't think he can, man. He's already so skinny. I don't think he can drop another 10 pounds, honestly. Sean is one fight away from fighting former flyweight in Paiva. Yeah. It's crazy, man. He's fighting a former flyweight who probably lost his last fight in Kyler Phillips. And that's another thing. Sean O'Malley says, did he really even beat Kyler? Beat that dude. So you're fighting a dude coming off a loss and you're acting like you're so great. If Paiva beats Sean O'Malley's career is over. Poor Paiva got one question. Yeah, true. But Charles Oliveira only got like 2 or 3. How does Sean O'Malley do at 145? I think he gets wrecked at 145. Sean O'Malley got to fight someone higher ranked next or I riot. It's not going to. It's probably not going to happen. He's going to fight the easiest fights possible. Kai Kara France knocks out Cody. Trust me. We will see. I don't think so. I think that Cody's going to knock out Kai Kara France. Kai Kara France is not that good in my opinion. Obviously, he's made it to the UFC. He's good enough there. But, I mean, he gets pieced up by everyone he fights, even grapplers. Cody Garbrandt is so good, so powerful. I know he's lost a lot of fights, but all against elite level competition. O'Malley didn't show up to the press conference. Garbrandt's digs were pretty lame for the most part, but at least they tried. I love the fact that he said you're going to get stretchered out again. I wish when O'Malley said that you have 1 win since 2017, I wish Garbrandt would have said, you have 1 win against a fighter on the current UFC roster, and that's Chris Montino. Look at who I've been fighting and look at who you've been fighting. I don't see Sean beating Petr Yan, Aljo, or Corey. I don't see Sean O'Malley beating a lot of these top-ranked bantamweights. The UFC bantamweight division is just filthy. Just absolute filth. He loses to Yan. He loses to Aljamain. He loses to TJ. Loses to Aldo. Loses to Corey Sandhagen. Loses to Rob Font. Loses to Merab Dvalishvili. Loses to Pedro Munoz. I think he could probably beat Dominic Cruz. Not 100% confident in that or anything. I think it's competitive. I think he could. Marlon Moraes is so chinny, maybe. Marlon Vera, I think he loses again. He loses to Rafael Santiago. I think he beats Frank Yeager. Probably beats Song Yadong and beats Cody Stamen. Guys. If you're just joining me, I am, let's see if that updates. I am 8 subscribers away from 1,600. Maybe we can get me there before the end of this stream. So if you're watching and you're not subscribed to the channel, go subscribe to the channel. Who's going to be here? I'm doing a live post fight Saturday night. As soon as the fights end, I'm doing a live post fight. Who's going to join me at around 1 a.m. Eastern time? As soon as UFC 269 ends, I'll be jumping on the live stream. I already have it scheduled on the channel, so you can go set up a reminder. But Saturday night, live post-fight. Make sure you're here. Who's going to be here? Maybe Sean can fight Cruz next if he wins. I'd like to see that. Probably be best for him. I don't see O'Malley beating Jose Aldo either. No way. I think Kai Kara France looked intimidated during the stare down. Doesn't seem very confident. I don't think he has the skills, man. I just don't think he's that great. Frankie Edgar asked, should have just retired. Niall said, I'll be here. French Fry said, I'll be here. Soothsayer Weatherman, of course I'll be here for the post-fight live. It seems like the post-fight lives for the big cards have been very, very popular. I will continue to do them. It's when we get the most live viewers ever. It helps grow the channel. I enjoy doing them because it doesn't keep me up as late. But we'll be up till probably 2:30 a.m. talking about the fights. But I know my favorite thing to do after big fights, it used to be, was to look for some content online to watch, and there was barely anything. You could only watch the post-fight press conferences. So now you guys got me to come watch and talk to about UFC 269 live on Saturday. Thank you guys for all that are going to join me. I hope Cody and O'Malley win so they can fight each other next, and O'Malley has no trash talk game like Connor. Keep Out says, I will be here. Thank you so much, my friend. I doubt it, man. I feel like if Cody wins, he's going to stay at flyweight. Why is he going to jump back up to bantamweight again? I would wish they were fighting. I wish they were fighting. I really wish that they were fighting on Saturday. I would be much more interested in O'Malley versus Garbrandt than either of their individual fight. I want to see O'Malley's chin tested. Maybe we'll see it against Raulian Paiva. Raulian Paiva has a nasty chin himself. So if he survives the early onslaught, O'Malley starts to wear down. I'll tell you one thing, though. If Paiva wins, it's not because Paiva's some great elite talent. It's because O'Malley's worse than we thought. Or worse than I thought, in my opinion. But, yeah, I would like to see his chin tested as well. We've seen his stamina tested against Chris Montinho, and it looked decent. I mean, for the volume he put out for 3 rounds, it wasn't as bad as I would have anticipated. But he was looking up at that clock because he was getting tired. If Cody gets knocked out versus Kai Kara France, he might be done, to be honest. Yeah, man, that's a lot of KOs in the last couple of years. I mean, somebody said earlier, Cody Garbrandt's back is against the wall. And if he loses this fight, it's going to be massively detrimental to his career and his future in general. I thought Cody G and O'Malley were about to throw down at the press conference when they got in each other's faces. That would have been hilarious, but I didn't think they were. O'Malley I don't even think he has that same energy that he's talking online and stuff like that. He knows it's all for show, basically, and it's horseshit. Wouldn't it be hilarious imagine if they both lost? Imagine if Garbrandt and O'Malley both lost. Yeah, they're focusing on the wrong thing for sure. That would be insane if they both end up losing their fights. That would be shocked. But we'll see. I doubt it. I think they both win. Anybody in here, if you haven't watched my UFC 269 prediction videos, I do a full breakdown and prediction for every card, every fight from Pedro Munoz versus Dominic Cruz up the card. After this stream, which I don't know how much longer I'm going to go on this stream, make sure you go check them out. 2K subs by the end of the year. We're going to need a big push. I know, man. I was really hopeful to get to there. I'm actually surprised that we have not gotten there. This last month has been very good, but before that, there was like a lull. Between 266 and 267, there was like a lull because there was just so much time without anything of note. So 408 subscribers away. That's not too bad. That's not impossible, but there's just so little stuff coming up. We would need to pick up like 100 subscribers going into 260, 269, maybe live stream post fight. We'll pick up some. We'll see. I think we'll hit 1,600 by Saturday, honestly. But, oh well, there's always next year. If I don't hit 10K subs by next year, I quit. Because next year, I better hit 10K. But I just got to keep putting out content. That's all that matters. It just sucks that we're going to have a month off. So there's not much to talk about after the Derek Lewis versus, who's he fighting again? Chris Dawkins. I wanted to call him Kyle Dawkins. But yeah, guys, if you have any friends that watch MMA, they're going to watch the videos, Go tell them to go subscribe. Send them the channel. Tell them to go subscribe. Help me get to 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I really want to see that number. I really want to see that number underneath my name on YouTube. That would be a massive goal for me. Who knows? Maybe we'll have the biggest video blow off before the end of the year, and we'll hit 10K. That'd be insane, but I doubt that's going to happen. But either way, I mean, for 8 months to get, because I'm going to have over 1,600 by the time the year ends, to get over 1,600 subscribers in 8 months is a hell of an accomplishment, and I'm so happy with that. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for finding the videos. It's awesome. One thing guaranteed on Saturday is Poirier cries, whether it's tears of joy or pain. Without a doubt, he's going to be crying for sure. O'Malley will never make it big because he has no talking game, no hype for the fans to get fired up. Yeah, I think it's mostly teenage boys that like him. I joked around the other night. There's probably a bunch of 12-year-old boys begging for their parents to buy the pay-per-view to watch Sean O'Malley fight because he smokes weed. You got to do best fights of the year and knockout of the year videos during the gap. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. That's the plan. That's the plan. It's just crazy. 4 whole weeks with nothing. 4 whole weeks. I'm sure there'll be a lot of fight announcements, though. So there'll be a lot of news. Best fighter to never win a UFC title. That's an easy one. Yoel Romero. I don't know if you were asking that or telling me to do a video on that. But in my opinion, it is Yoel Romero, best UFC fighter to never hold a UFC title. But I'm going to try to do like fights of the year, knockouts of the year, submissions of the year, maybe breakout fighter of the year. Just get a couple award, my favorites of the year. Videos like your Khabib video is going to get them views. Hey man, I just try to put out content that I think is relevant. And I love to pounce on things that I feel like nobody else is talking about. And nobody else was talking about the Khabib thing. Absolutely disgusting. The fact that nobody was saying anything about that terrible Eagle FC card. And there was a lot of hate on that video, but it actually got quite a bit of views and quite a bit of positives too. It has 47 likes and 20 dislikes. So, all the Khabib fans. Will you make the award show live? Probably not, man. I'm probably going to record it and put like images inside the video. Probably not live. I got to do some thinking on what I'm picking too. I'm terrible when it comes to like top 5s and stuff like that. But I'll definitely be doing some live streams in that gap too. Thoughts on Dana White saying Valentina versus Nunes 3 isn't as important as people think. I don't know what motive does he have. I don't know what I mean. That's the most important fight right now. Hopefully they sign Kayla Harrison. I would love to see that versus Nunes. We need some excitement in the women's bantamweight and featherweight. It's just there's no excitement right now. I don't care about Juliana Pena fighting for the belt. Niles, I liked it. I support your opinion. Thank you, Niles. We can talk MMA stuff during that month. That will be MMA news for us to talk about. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be plenty to talk about. But it's just going to be weird having a month gap with absolutely nothing. We'll talk, probably worried Amanda will lose, and then what? We'll be talking about UFC 270. I'm sure UFC 271 and 272 are going to get announced soon. So those will be big cards we can talk about as well and dissect. I'll still be doing the weekly live chat, at least for the most part. Maybe I'll take a week off if there's really nothing. But we'll see. It just kind of sucks, man. I'm used to MMA every single weekend. It feels weird when we don't have it, It feels very, very strange when we don't have it. And I miss when they used to do the big New Year's Eve card. I really do miss that. New Year's Eve weekend. They used to have a massive card. I think the last time they did that was in 2016 when Ronda versus Nunes was on there. I believe this was the main event, actually. But I don't know why they stopped doing that. I wonder if anybody has the answer to that. But imagine Valentina beats Amanda, which is very possible. Joey, name women's featherweights who are active in the UFC. Amanda Nunes. Norma Dumont. That's about it. Do a video on who you think might be Tony Ferguson's next dance partner. I think I made a video about that like a month, 2 months ago, and I don't think it's really changed. I think it's the same answer. So I would, maybe if something changed, I might, but it's pretty much the same answer as before. It's going to be like a Nate Diaz, a Conor McGregor, but maybe if something comes up, you know, I'm thinking about making a video because I have a suspicion the UFC might be working on Leon Edwards versus Khamzat Chimaev again. Again, they say Usman's out for a little bit. Leon Edwards they're working on a fight for. Dana immediately talks about they're working on a fight for Khamzat too. Kind of makes me a little wonder a little bit. I thought it yesterday when I watched an interview. It would not shock me if the UFC puts together Leon Edwards versus Khamzat Chimaev again, and you guys heard it here first. The UFC is probably working on Leon Edwards versus Khamzat Chimaev, maybe March in London. Maybe March. They've wanted that fight for so long. They booked it 1, 2, 3 times. It got canceled. They're probably going to book it a 4th time if Usman's out. So you guys heard it here first on this stream, and we'll see. Maybe in a day or two, you guys will be saying, you called it on the stream the other day. I got a feeling maybe. I think it's either that or it's Gilbert Burns. It's literally just Norman Dumont because the rest is all retired. Yep. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. It says, woohoo, your channel views are up 83% as more viewers are finding your channel via search. That is awesome. That is awesome. If you're in here and you haven't turned on notifications yet, let's see how many people we got notifications. That's good. If you haven't turned on notifications yet, turn on notifications. Either way, make sure you remember on Saturday, immediately following the fights, I'll be going live. Will there be any PFL, Bellator, Ryzen fights going on during that month? I'm not sure. It's hard for me to keep track of all those schedules. I hope so, but I don't know. I don't know. Especially Ryzen. I have no idea what Ryzen's schedule is. I'm sticking to Khamzat versus Brady. That'd be fun, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think the UFC wants to go big or go home with Khamzat. They're either booking him a Gilbert, a Luque, or a Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards. Oh. Let's see. Let me take a look. See. Dashboard. Guys, I need 8 more subscribers to get to 1,600. I need your guys' help. Go subscribe. Right this very second. You gotta be kidding me. No. That's annoying. Hold on a second. Guys, keep the questions coming. I'll stay on here for as long as we have some questions. Do you rate Kai Kara France as a fighter? What do you mean? You mean how do I rate him? I think he's mediocre at best. I don't think he's particularly good anywhere. Striking isn't that good. Leaves himself wide open for counter shots. Grappling isn't that great, but he's a decent, well-rounded fighter is what he is. He's average / good everywhere, but not great. Feel like Pena loses, no, Peon. Feel like Peon loses to Khamzat. I think if he loses to Khamzat, he doesn't get chinned. I think he gets taken down, held down, and beat up on the ground. You can probably get a lot of new viewers during that month. I think so. We will see how it goes. I'll let you know how it goes. Name me UFC fighters who have a good dress sense. I have no idea. I don't pay attention to that at all. So I can't tell you that one, Yusuf. That's not something I particularly pay close attention to. I apologize to not be able to answer the question. But it is what it is. Hopefully this water doesn't explode on me. All right, guys. Well, I think that does it for this stream. It seems like we're all out of UFC 269 questions. I mean, we've beat it to death the last couple days. We did a stream on Monday, a stream on Wednesday, a stream tonight. Probably 6 hours talking about UFC 269. So we really beat it to death. I think we just got to hope and pray. Hope and pray that nobody falls out of the card last second. That would really, really suck if somebody fell out. And we've had a lot of last minute fallouts lately, and I don't want to see that for this card, honestly. Who are you picking, Ngannou or Gane? I don't know, man. I have no idea yet. On one end, I see Gane winning by outclassing him, but on the other end, I just see Ngannou sleeping him. So I really got to think more, and that's going to be a tough fight to pick. We did, bro. Peace, brother. I'm bone dry on questions tonight. Thoughts on Santiago wanting the belt? I think they all want the belt. It's a matter of can they get there. I'm not sure if Santiago can get there, but maybe he can. It's now or never. He's getting up there in age. He has to make a run right now or he's never going to get there. So, guys, I think that does it for this stream. Maybe, just maybe, I might pop on tomorrow just to see what you guys are doing. You know, we've literally beat UFC 269 to death. I cannot wait for it to just finally get here. If any news happens, you guys know I will be putting out videos for it. Other than that, like the stream, subscribe, and make sure you join me Saturday night for the UFC 269 post-fight immediately following the event live on the channel. I've already scheduled that on the channel, so if you want to, you can go over there and like it real quick, and you can also set a reminder so you'll get a notification when I go live on Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your night, and guys, I will talk to you soon.